Hello, this is Rob Karinke with the Orange County Division, League of California Cities. I've just returned from an inspection of the Sacramento San Joaquin Delta provided by the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. This trip is provided by Met for members of the legal, business, and environmental communities as well as elected officials. Here I am pictured with council members Jan Horton, Pam Keller, and Jeff Thomas, former mayor of Tustin, as well as attorney Paul Lee. What we are seeing here is the very beginning of the State Water Project from atop the Oroville Dam. The Oroville Dam, of course, contains Lake Oroville, the first and largest storage facility along this network. As you can see here, it is fairly depleted. The high water line would be somewhere along this tree line, which is visible here. We are told that it stood at this mark just 3 short years ago. The lake is down about 300 feet right now. This tour does a tremendous job of taking attendees through all of the various pieces of infrastructure in the State Water Project, from conveyance and storage facilities through to habitat management facilities. What we are seeing here is the Chinook salmon fishery at the base of the Oroville Dam. What you are seeing here is actually the last step in the ladder for these salmon's multi-hundred-mile trip up to their home Feather River. That fish has just made it. He will be taken from here into a storage tank and left for a couple days until he or she is ready to spawn, and then the eggs themselves are taken to this facility. Here you're seeing a tray with eggs that are just a couple of days old compared here with those that are ready to hatch. The inspection trip is led by a group of extraordinarily knowledgeable individuals. Here you see John Ford with the State Department of Water Resources discussing the operation of the Oroville Dam. Here's Tom Phelps with Metropolitan. He's actually a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist with the Sacramento Bee for his work with the Hetch Hetchy, now describing the political and regulatory environment of the Delta. And here's Kirk Schmoot with Metropolitan, giving a history of the Delta itself and the 150 years of human intervention there, as well as some of the current efforts to protect its habitat and restore it for seismic safety. We are looking at the robust community of the Delta, all of the various forms of wildlife here, from birds and fish to ducks. This is a major stopover on the Pacific Flyway and very important for migratory birds, as well as some invasive species, as you see depicted here. Here we see a nursery that is growing Delta-native plants, which are critical not only to habitat restoration, but also to shoring up the safety of the levees. And that is really one of the key takeaways of this trip, which couldn't have been better timed with Delta reforms at the top of the policy agenda. It is also critical to shore up the safety of this system, which is responsible for water for 18 million Californians and over $17 billion worth of economic output. Even modest earthquakes in and around the Delta could cause some of the 50 islands to fail and would turn this entire network into salt water within a matter of days and even mere hours. For as advanced as some of the infrastructure we were shown is, much of the Delta is reliant upon levees that were built not by engineers but by laborers and primitive dredge equipment over 100 years ago. Seeing all of this firsthand really drives home that sense of urgency. It was a tremendous opportunity to experience this trip with policymakers and stakeholders from throughout Southern California, and as we all begin to ponder the details of this bond package, there's certainly a myriad of ideological and geographical biases that Californians will look at that package through, but I think that in the end we can all see that shoring up this critical resource is our #1 priority. I want to thank Tiffany Baca with MODOC for helping make this trip possible for us and our division members, and if any of you have the opportunity to take this trip in the future, I would highly recommend it. Thank you.